Thank you for your kind introduction. Today, well, three of us, we have common theme, Osaka Kansai Expo 2025. We are going to talk about this. Well, okay, I was quite surprised by the grand introduction.
ちょっと大阪、これ東京っぽくないですか、このイベント。
It doesn't feel like Osaka, it feels like Tokyo. Well, like somebody said, you can just jump to Grove overseas from Osaka, skip in Tokyo. Yes, well, anyway. So we're going to talk about Expo, the event relating to event Osaka. It's quite, too formal. And we are not formal. So how you can use better Osaka, how we can enjoy ourselves using Expo. So all of us, three of us, think like this. So, well, the title is Finding Solution for Big Corporation Disease with Startups. I don't think that's possible anyway. Well, anyway, we have to take a baby step, first step to find solution for this disease. So we will do our best, so bear with us, yeah? So first of all, let's start with self-introduction, your company introduction. I'll start. I am going to be your facilitator. I am the director of team leader for Expo, and I have been secretariat for two years. And the logo for Banpaku Myaku Myaku, we sort of created that image. And the Team Expo program, so regardless who the title is, but our idea is to use Banpaku however you want to use it. So we had this secretariat to think all about that. And before that, I was Osaka prefectural government as well. So private and corporate together, we were thinking about designing this expo. So I'm not anyone who's strange people, but I have been working with designing and researching, investigation. So as I work through my career, and I just got involved in the expo. So my company were working with other players as well. So basic research, basic design, master plan, it's all too serious. So we sometimes work with other country, and Hanaoka-san, I've been working with Hanaoka-san as well. So keyword competition, and that's the keyword. And then you get together with the person or players or corporates who you have never worked with before. So what I want to do is, I hear it's legacy and it's too formal, and just to do something for Expo only, that's not fun. So many country investors, how we can keep the legacy of this event, Expo. So we want to be the leader of this legacy making. So legacy will be there no matter what you do, but the legacy that would be left behind the Expo, then how you can sort of leverage what you do with, sorry, this is wrong page. That was wonderful. Is that all? So what MRI, and you give off some serious image as a corporation, but when I talk to Imamura-san, you are quite flexible, and then you are quite concerned about, your locality, and well, flexibility is what I like about you. Well, we don't have a history to go back to, but we hit it off instantaneously. So I understand you, you understand me. So let's move on. Hanaoka-san next. This is a corporation Ningen. I am the kinky producer, and I am the CEO of this company. At Expo, we're going to do something. So our company does strange things, and it's been 23 years. 12 years. 2000, I established this company. We are designing company, and we have communication skill, and we take the essence of Osaka in our communication skill. So that's our strengths. But it's quite harder to understand what Expo is, but make it more interesting to know. That's what we are doing. So Utsubo Park, if you know, we are doing some projects for Utsubo area as well. And the apartment I live, I am the secretariat of this building. So building is just a building. I want to make this building fun. So this is what we do. It's not really career, is it? But this, I have been doing this for 23 years. On your left-hand side, this is a chair called Switzerland Swiss. So that's shown at the Swiss Pavilion. So this is chair, as you can see. But, if you cross your leg, you can read out the Japanese letter, Japanese character, Isu. Isu is a chair. Well, anyway. We have Swiss hotel in Osaka, and I asked actually the CEO of Swiss hotel to use this chair. It's on sale, and the first one was Japanese who lives in Switzerland bought the first product. Well, anyway, that's the old puns. And on your right-hand side, it's a playing card. This is a product. It's been introduced in Twitter as well. So it's just all about jokes. And you have to follow the tweet guidance to use the card or to play the cards. And it was a hit. I think we sold 15,000 sets. Well, if you sold 10,000, then it's a success in this industry. And so that was a success. And Watanabe Toru, he was the entertainer who passed away last year. So he was quite chubby. We were supporting Toru Watanabe once again, and I think he was in the drama he actually suddenly died in this drama. So we wanted to revive this character, Watanabe Toru, and then he was quite chubby, and we thought it was fun if he can go through this narrow space. So that was a joke about this, if you can get it. So that's what we have done, one of this.
And right bottom. And every year, probably you send a New Year postcard and to the client companies. But every year, I was wondering, this is the New Year card, postcard made of bricks. Rengajo instead of nengajo. Nengajo means the New Year card. It's also Japanese pun. So this is my work. And also this is my work. And on the recruitment site of newly grad. And then also riddle solving event on the right up. And on the left bottom is in 2008, the Japanese government tried to change the workaholic culture of the companies. So on the Labor's Day, we set up the fake company and they provided the event to experience working at the company that exploit workers. And the right bottom is the Kinki University Open Campus. And we have conducted and visual aspect and the events that are very fun and interesting and held at open campus of Kinki University. So those are our companies are useless in terms of social problem solving. But I would like to introduce one thing that are helpful for society. The Expo is not well known. And I live in Nishiku, westward of Osaka City, but the Expo is not known by many people. So since 2018, we have started the event to build momentum toward the Expo. And we wanted to do something fun and something silly. So this is an unofficial one, and nobody pays me, but I voluntarily started these kind of activities. And today I would like to invite you who are interested in this kind of event to please join us. So we are building or creating the mechanism that everybody can get together and then build the momentum and rejuvenate the Kansai area. So demo in Japanese has many meanings, so it's also pun. So the but, and we are not asked, but we'll do it. Or demo is a demonstration, and anybody can join from anywhere and from even now. And there is another thing. It's called Expo Bar, and there are not many places that we can do some event on expos. So until now, and we have done the Expo Bar 15 times for about 8 months the last year, and started with Osaka, and Awajishima, Tokyo, Keihanna, and Shiga recently. And 2 days ago, I visited Nara. And we have a plan to visit Kagoshima, Tottori, Kagawa, and others to set up the hubs of Expo Bar. Hub can provide the place for people who are interested in Expo. So when people get together at these hubs, they can start something new and maybe even a subject and create some new souvenirs in Japan, that project. And so the Japanese sweet companies get together and to create something new as a souvenir. So, and a beer, and we voluntarily sold the beer called Senichimae beer, and voluntarily, nobody asked us to sell those beers. And also, there are an event and 800 organizations get together, but they didn't have money. So I paid or collected money from those 800 people, and then doing the signboard. These are some of the activities I have conducted or our company have conducted. While so many things, I always think Expo lacks there's something fun or playfulness because it's a festival. Everybody should have a fun. But Mr. Hanaoka's activity, you know rules and then you do something fun. So if you do not know the rules, you don't follow rules and do something stupid, it's a crazy person, but you're a very understandable person. It's fun, and what you're doing is great. Outside of Expo organization associations, and I didn't know this kind of activities. Then knowing these activities and increase the number of people who are interested in these activities or events or expos. And even Panasonic employees are get interested in your activities. I love your things. I would like to work with you today. Yeah, the fun is a very important factor, but the Expo is too strict, too official, too formal. That's why the atmosphere of Expo is not that great. I want to change that. Okay, so Mr. Morishita, you introduce yourself. I am Morishita from Panasonic Holdings. I have conducted many projects. As a marketing creative director, I launched Techniques. It's a hi-fi audio and a DJ turntable. And also the home X business I started, and the Y Avatar. And 1 year ago, I started getting involved in Expo. And then the virtual Expo is going to be being planned. So I am doing the virtual side of Expo. That's why I use the avatar instead of my photo. So our group's Panasonic Group's introduction. So this is quite huge companies and 250,000 employees. And also, we would like to have a better environment and a better society. Probably you might have a perception that we are strong in home appliances, but not only that, but we are very good at B2B areas such as Connect or industry energies. So, and Panasonic Group is going to build a pavilion. It's already decided, and what we are going to do that, but we do not have such a fun as Mr. Hanaoka. But the children are our future, and there will be, and there will be many social problems. But I want children to experience the unleashing of each children's true genius with excitement. So we built the pavilion called Country of Nomo no Kuni. So, and everybody has a bias or stereotype perceptions. But when we get together with others and you can change your perception, we would like to provide that kind of experience to visitors. So this is another advertisement. So there are two constructions. The first one is a Country of Nomo. It's like a fantasy and experience-oriented booth. We are going to create it. And after that, the theme is the ground. And this is the venue where you would like to come up with the idea for the future. And then people get together and compete and create something new. So the ground. So are you inviting many companies? Yes. And many companies want to showcase their own technology, but at the same time, they want children to experience and receive the feedback from children.
There are so many divisions in my country and also a company, and so internal in-house startups show their interest. So are you collecting application? Not so big scale, but once we have an idea about what to do at the pavilion, yes, we like to attract more people. So many people said how to get involved in the Expo is very difficult to understand. That there might be many people or organizations who show interest in participating in the Expo. So in that sense, I think your pavilion would be very helpful for such a people and organization. Yes, we have something we like to do, and in one way we can do the same thing together. And I think that there are many domains or areas that can attract people's attention and interest. So our first step is to organize what we'd like to do and decide before deciding what we will do. Okay, now let us move on to the main topic for this discussion. So let me start from the basic information about the Expo, because not so many people might know about the basic information. So in 2021, there was an Expo in Dubai. So did you visit Dubai? Did you raise your hand if you visited a Dubai Expo? No? Dubai is far from Japan, and it took maybe 500,000 yen to go there. Actually, Dubai Expo was located in the desert, middle of the desert. It was very gorgeous. Anyway, and also it was very interesting. When it comes to Osaka, we had the Expo in 1970. So maybe those over 60 years old may have visited the Osaka Expo. So when I asked how was the Expo back then for 10 people, all the people said it was very good. So the Osaka Expo in the past gave visitors very interesting and memorable experiences. Those living in Osaka, the Osaka Expo in 1970 was like successful experiences. Moishida-san, how about you? Of course, Panasonic, the former name of Panasonic was Matsushita, and at that time, so Matsushita exhibited a huge bathtub that can clean human beings. It was very interesting, and some of my acquaintances is named Banpaku. Actually, Banpaku means export in Japanese. The name of the person is Banpaku. It might be incredible. It might not be incredible, but the person's name is Banpaku. Is it true? Yes, right. How about you, Hanaoka-san? So you only mentioned family name on the presentation deck, but is your name Banpaku? No. In Dubai, maybe Dubai Expo was something like Osaka Expo in 1970, and UAE invested a lot in this Expo to show their influence to the world. And this is also one of the Expo held in Aichi Prefecture in 2005. So this is the latest Expo held in Japan, actually. And in 2005, we don't plan to mention the characters or other aspects of Expo. I like to focus on numerical figure or numerical data. So this is about the number of visitors. And so actually, the target visitor is 28.2 million people, actually. And Japanese professional baseball games attracted 21 million per year. And on the other hand, the annual visitor of Universal Studio Japan was 15 million before the pandemic. It was a very huge figure. So maybe the USJ attracted so many people. Back in 1970, the Osaka Expo attracted 64 million people, but in 2025, the Expo tried to attract 28.2 million people. And the venue of Kansai Banpak Kansai Expo is Umeshima Island. Is it a big island or not? It was maybe the area is as large as Tokyo Disney Resort, actually. And for your reference, the Osaka Pavilion has an area, will have the area of 10,500 square meters. The scale is very big, but the Dubai Expo had an area of 440 hectares, while the Kansai Expo will have 155 hectares. So Dubai Expo was so huge. So these are numerical data about the Kansai Expo. Actually, I've been to Dubai Expo 3 times. The area or venue was so huge, so it was very difficult to visit all the areas or all the pavilion. So maybe we can visit all the areas of Kansai Expo in one day, I believe. So in that sense, the expo might be compact. Maybe us for Tokyo Disneyland, one day for Disneyland, and one way for Disney Sea, I think. So these are basic information about the Kansai Expo. And today's our topic is how to utilize the expo, and in order to solve the so-called the big companies' disease with startups. I believe that you are meeting people from big companies, I think. So we are not talking about big companies themselves, but we will talk about the disease tend to split in big companies. The sponsors of the expo are very big, and we are from big companies mainly, but we can see many silos among big companies. So big companies' disease is defined as negative attitudes and work behavior prevailing in organization and among employees, mainly in large company. I'm not sure whether such a disease existed in other countries as well. I'm not sure. And this kind of disease is caused by slow decision making or silo-style organization, or people disregard opinion of frontline workers and so on. Maybe I'm from a big company, so I shouldn't go into detail, but generally speaking, there are many problems. But I think that when we make a certain decision, many people believe A is good and A should be made. However, in some cases, the conclusion is B. This is very critical situation. I don't think it's a fault of each person, but I'm not sure whether this kind of thing happens in large companies. But it actually happens. I think many people will agree with what I said. So this is very important thing or critical thing we have to solve. So maybe it is very difficult to actually understand the background of each person, and we cannot know what other people may think. And if we cannot be on the same page, this kind of situation might occur. So going forward, when we are proposing or thinking about the expo, we should solve this kind of issue. In some cases, topic or a destination or target of a certain decision making might be difficult. That would be one of the reasons. So many people are very hasty to say their own or actual idea. And suppose that there is a proposal B, maybe people, everyone in the meeting rooms might think B would be good. We should say B is good. But I'm not sure the reason, but this kind of thing tend to happen. And one more thing, this is the second point. So actually, a vision, of course, it depends on company, but a vision or a common vision, suppose that there is a common vision or policy, people will not join together to achieve to that direction. And the people in charge changing a lot. So particularly this kind of thing happen in large companies. So there are many personal transfer. This might be one of the reasons why we face this kind of problem.
And process. Even if we decided to do this, but your organization or your group is not really ready for that. Probably this, I'm thinking about Expo, and we have to do something about it before we're moving towards Expo. Why we are talking about this? Because it's ubiquitous. It's happening everywhere. And a startup company when you have to deal with large company or probably governments, then this is the hurdle you're going to face. So we are given the theme by Haku Osaka and how we can incorporate startups. And then sometimes you hear things like, right, okay, as our level, we want to do this, but my manager say no, something like that. So what do you think? So you and Hanaoka-san, do you think you are not large company? So what do you think when you are working with large company? Well, I do believe we are providing best solution or concept at least. I think I had something similar in the email yesterday. Yesterday's email. That got me thinking. So they don't even know about design, but they complain about design. So this is how it happened. Well, for Expo, companies and players in all sizes are working together, so we see some negative. And sometimes we have come to conclusion, interesting company is always interesting no matter what. So this is the definition. So I think I see those characters in startups largely. So they don't really care about rule. They have visions, solid visions, and they have take actions towards their goals. And then those people are quite clear, mainly. However, they are strong enough to make their own rules, and they have drive. So they take actions for their goals, and they have communication skills, and even if when they are not sure, they are not scared. So these are the common character for the startups or startup resources. Startup people. I work for the large company. So this is my opinion, just concept type of things. So 20-80 rules. So 20% are quite active, but 80%, the rest of 80%, they are not happy. And well, this could be applied to my company. However, I would say 20 and 60% is in the middle, gray. So they are not actually taking actions, but they have potentials and they have visions to become start-up ready people. So that's how I think. So for instance, Hanaoka-san, you are a startup person, and you can probably motivate those 60% of potential startup-ready people. And then that would create synergy effect. Like Imamura-san, we are always strange and odd. Demo Expo, that's what the project we are pushing. So those are the project. All of those cranky people from large corporation get together. I think the most important thing is to be connected with outside world. And the longer you spend external player, then you get attracted, or you might attract people. So that's what we want. So commuting from your work to company office doesn't help. This 20% probably could be 30%. How we can connect with those startup people or startup ready people and the people in the despair? I think the first step is to know what's going on. And then when you start talking about it, and then the people will talk, and they might talk to other people what is going on. So in the Panasonic, they are facilitating the place where each individual can collaborate or compete each other. Yes. Well, that's the movement. I can see that. It's based on Expo theme, and we are going to get ready for the Expo pavilion. And then sometimes we have to think about the detail for the potential visitors might be on a wheelchair or they have hearing impairments, etc. And in terms of DI, then we have started the discussion what to do. So we have the large theme Expo, and this is some sort of volunteer movement that started, and I like it. The second one, alpha generation, we are targeting this alpha generation, and perhaps we can talk about education. So this is another nice things happening. Vision, you said. Vision is quite crucial for the large corporation, and Expo is nice word. We have to be ready within 2 years. It's happening in Kansai, and then everybody is, can collaborate beyond the boundary of company. So this is sort of a catchphrase, Expo, successful, or something like that. So this is one of the opportunity for us to find, to start supporting the startup type of personality. Yes. Well, this is quite linked to the upcoming topics today. Perhaps we can start from competition, and my friendship might grow from the competition. So corporation rule, having understand the rule, corporate rule, but then you have some type of loop you can create, and you can see it, you can touch it, you can feel it. It's not the size of the company. It's not that something we want to talk about it, the size of. I know the large company has capitals, but if that small company, they might not have much money, but they have people who are willing to do something. So that could be strength. And of course, like Mitsubishi, if they are stable fund, then they can take many challenges. And so that's the. You have to know what your company has, what's the characteristic of your company. probably we should be focusing on opportunity or chances. So to use Expo as a keyword, especially in Osaka, that might be helpful for the people in Osaka. Amongst the startup, this is good excuse for maybe for the startup company. So Osaka Kansai Expo, that's the official name, and this has driving power, major driving power. Well, we had an Olympic in Tokyo. We didn't. It was not much of a good memory, was it? So probably in Tokyo, the love for the locality was less than what we have in Osaka. Osaka, probably the communication skills are better in Kansai. So the large potential I can see in Kansai, this region. I feel it every day. Right, okay, let's go forward. So we're talking or talking with the people who knows Expo inside out or outside in, and we are sort of linking substance or something. So startup company venture, if they work individual on their own, they don't understand the rule. So probably they need to get together. So this is my idea here. In order to make Expo successful, that's down to organizer. We're not talking about number.
So this is not the failure of an ordinary citizens. Of course, many types of business can be created, and that's what we should do. But the more important thing is rather the right side, and create some business, and then grow yourself. In order to achieve that, you keep carrying through. And the Expo is the word, and everybody is attracted to. And even a bit strange people and can get together. So maybe we should use the Expo as the place to attract many types of people, including the startup talent people. So I don't know if Mr. Hanaoka's company is a startup or not, but Expo can provide the opportunity where the people usually wouldn't meet can get together. So I met a person, and from the company, it said, and he didn't wear a suit, and he apologized. I'm sorry, I didn't wear a suit. That's what most people think. Many people think Expo is for major companies. So even the three of us get together, we can start some new project. So this is the screen. So Mr. Hanaoka, do you have any idea that we want to do something together? So today's visitors, and if you have something in your mind, and you can talk to me, and we can provide some advices to you. So probably many people wouldn't know. The people know Panasonic would set up pavilions, but the rest, maybe Team Expo Fest or the others, people wouldn't know that. Yes, I know of some words, but I don't know what actually they're doing. I don't know. So Panasonic also are inviting many people to do something like an exhibition place. And of course, exhibitors too. And recently, and then the many activity have been spawned, but only I know some of the word. Theme Expo 2025. This is the program run by Japan Expo Association. When I was in that organization, I got involved in that not only sponsors, but the ordinary people can get involved in to create their own expo. So not only the insiders of Expo Association or the major companies, but everybody can get involved in and then create competition. And I work with Mr. Hanaoka, the Team Expo, and not only Maishima, the venue of Expo, but outside of that, and remove all the boundaries between the venue and the rest. And we would like to do something. That is the Team Expo 2025. So at the left bottom is the voluntary organization that I got involved in and introduced earlier. And even though you register this, and you need to work hard, and you need to pay some money, so I can give you some advices. Then create another expo outside the expo venue. That is a demo expo concept. It's like a shadow expo, and create another expo from local community. So, Mr. Morishita, what do you think? So I want to disseminate the information of what kind of activities that are going on, so the employees would get interested in and want to get involved in. So, but and the disease of big company still exists, so many people cannot raise their hands that I want to participate in. So, but maybe we should say you don't need any skill. As long as you have a passion and an intention or interest, you can get involved in the creating movement of Expo. Okay, so this is what I want to do. Oh, it's great. So even inside the major companies, the increasing the engagement of employees, and probably each company have a different position of Expo, and some company just started as an event, but it's not like that. The Expo is a tool, not a goal, but it's a tool to have some competitive atmosphere. If you understand that many people would like to participate in, oh, I have a good idea. So anyway, you need to build the momentum within your company. So maybe we three of us can have a study or a workshop. And we are invited by major companies or small companies. We are willing to visit your place to talk. Many people do not know what Expo is or what is going on. It's very difficult to explain in an easy way, and we know how to deal with it. So maybe three of us as one package, and with the strange three of us, we can visit your place. And recently, online has become norm, and also it's easier to connect each other based on the Web 3.0 concept. So we have only 2 years. So how we are going to create the great atmosphere of the Expo or build the momentum, that is very, very important. So many people are thinking to come up with the great idea and wants to work with ventures or startup companies. So, but they don't know how to do that. Maybe we can play a bridging role. So maybe we often say the DMX, So, but and just leave it to you. When you are set in Tokyo, the people would think, oh, we're abandoned. But in Osaka, people are motivated. If you are set, you leave it to you. But and Osaka, it is treated as cool. So Kansai has a unique value. So maybe inside and outside of the venue, this expo is anyway festival. So we need to start something new. I don't know if it's going to be successful or not, but it doesn't matter. Just start with softly. So I am employees of a Panasonic company. And if the other companies are doing something fun, the Panasonic employees can join it. I think this is a good way of doing things. Okay, the time is up, and I hope everybody wouldn't criticize our bar conversation. Thank you very much.